Section 1. Introduction. The misunderstood truth. For centuries, the prevailing view of our world, a spherical Earth hurtling through space, has gone unquestioned by most. Yet a growing number of individuals are daring to challenge this paradigm, awakening to the possibility that we live on a stationary flat plane. This is not a new idea. Ancient civilizations understood this fundamental truth. Modern science, however, often dismisses it as pseudoscience, a conspiracy theory relegated to the fringes of intellectual thought. This essay delves into the compelling evidence supporting the flat Earth theory, exploring why, despite widespread dismissal, it continues to resonate as truth for many. The journey begins with a simple observation. The Earth, to the naked eye, appears undeniably flat. We don't see a curve, no matter how far we travel. This basic sensory experience, often dismissed as an illusion of scale, forms the bedrock of the flat Earth theory. Proponents argue that our senses provide the most reliable evidence, and we should trust what we can directly observe. This rejection of the official narrative stems from a deep distrust of institutions, particularly those that control information like governments and scientific organizations. The flat Earth theory, therefore, becomes more than just a different model of the Earth. It represents a challenge to authority, a reclaiming of individual understanding in the face of perceived manipulation. This skepticism, often fueled by a desire for truth and transparency, forms a crucial aspect of the movement. Section 2. The horizon always appears flat. One of the most compelling arguments for a flat Earth is the simple fact that the horizon always appears perfectly flat. No matter how high you climb, whether from a mountaintop or an airplane, the horizon remains a straight line. If the Earth were a sphere, as we are told, shouldn't we see at least a slight curvature to the horizon as we ascend? The answer from a flat Earth perspective is a resounding no. On a sphere, the curvature would become increasingly apparent with altitude. The higher you go, the more the horizon line should curve, eventually revealing the Earth's spherical shape. However, this is not what we experience. Even from high-altitude balloons, where the Earth's curvature should be undeniable, the horizon remains resolutely flat. This simple observation, readily verifiable by anyone, directly contradicts the spherical Earth model. Proponents argue that no amount of scientific jargon or complex equations can explain away this fundamental visual discrepancy. The evidence of our own eyes, they contend, is far more convincing than any theoretical model. Section 3. Lack of observable curvature. The lack of observable curvature extends beyond just the horizon. Engineers, when designing bridges and long-distance railway tracks, do not factor in the Earth's curvature. If the Earth were truly a sphere, this oversight would result in significant structural problems. The fact that these structures function perfectly without accounting for curvature provides further evidence for a flat Earth. Consider, for example, the Suez Canal. This 120-mile-long waterway stretches in a straight line without any adjustments for the supposed curvature of the Earth. If the Earth were a sphere with a circumference of 25,000 miles, the canal should deviate from a straight line by over 6 feet. However, no such deviation exists, lending credence to the flat Earth model. Furthermore, if the Earth were a rotating sphere, airplanes would need to constantly adjust their altitude to compensate for the curvature. They would also need to fly at impossible speeds to reach their destinations due to the Earth's alleged rotation. Yet pilots do not make such adjustments, suggesting that the Earth is not a rotating sphere. Section 4. The unmoving Earth. Another pillar of the flat Earth theory is the concept of a stationary, non-rotating Earth. While we are told that the Earth spins at incredible speeds, we experience no sense of motion in our daily lives. There is no constant wind, no shifting horizon, no feeling of centrifugal force as we would expect from a rotating sphere. Proponents of the flat Earth theory argue that this lack of observable motion is the most logical explanation. Why create complex theories to explain away the absence of something we should easily perceive if the Earth were truly spinning? The simplest explanation, they contend, is that the Earth is not moving at all. The idea of a stationary Earth challenges the very foundation of modern astronomy. If the Earth is not a spinning globe orbiting the Sun, then the entire heliocentric model comes crashing down. This radical departure from accepted scientific dogma is precisely what attracts many to the flat Earth theory. It represents a clean break from a system they believe is fundamentally flawed. Section 5. Water finds its level. The behavior of water provides further support for a flat Earth. Water, as we know, always finds its level. It forms a flat surface, regardless of the shape of its container. This fundamental property of water, known as hydrostatics, directly contradicts the idea of a spherical Earth. On a sphere, the surface of any large body of water, like an ocean, should curve to conform to the Earth's shape. Yet, we observe vast expanses of water, like the Pacific Ocean, remaining perfectly level. This observation aligns perfectly with the flat Earth model, where water is free to spread out evenly across a flat plane. Furthermore, if the Earth were a spinning sphere, centrifugal force should cause water to bulge at the equator and recede at the poles. However, we don't observe such a phenomenon. The oceans remain remarkably consistent in their depth and behavior, further suggesting that the Earth is not a rotating sphere. Section 6. The Antarctic Ice Wall. At the outer edges of the flat Earth model lies the Antarctic ice wall. This colossal, towering wall of ice, proponents argue, surrounds the entire circumference of the flat Earth, holding back the oceans and preventing them from spilling over the edge. This ice wall, heavily guarded and off-limits to independent exploration, serves as a physical barrier between the known world and the unknown. The presence of the Antarctic ice wall explains why circumnavigation of the Earth is only possible in an east-west direction. On a globe, one could circumnavigate north-south, but this is impossible on a flat Earth model. The ice wall prevents any such journey, serving as a tangible boundary to human exploration. Mainstream science dismisses the Antarctic ice wall as a fabrication, a physical impossibility. However, proponents of the flat Earth theory point to the lack of independent verification and the heavy military presence in Antarctica as evidence of a cover-up. They argue that the ice wall is real and serves as a crucial piece of evidence supporting the flat Earth model. Section 7. The Conspiracy of Silence. The flat Earth theory goes beyond just a different model of the Earth. It delves into the realm of conspiracy. Proponents argue that the truth about the Earth's shape is being actively suppressed by powerful organizations, including governments, scientific institutions, and even the media. This suppression, they believe, is motivated by a desire to control the population and maintain a specific worldview. The evidence for this conspiracy, they argue, lies in the dismissive and often hostile reactions the flat Earth theory elicits. Instead of engaging in open dialogue and debate, mainstream science resorts to ridicule and ad hominem attacks, dismissing flat earthers as delusional or ignorant. This unwillingness to engage in meaningful discussion, proponents argue, is a clear indication that something is being hidden. If the evidence for a spherical Earth were so overwhelming, why the need to silence dissenting voices? This censorship, they believe, only strengthens the case for a flat Earth. Central to the flat Earth conspiracy theory is the role of NASA. Proponents accuse NASA of being a fraudulent organization, responsible for faking space travel, fabricating images of Earth from space, and perpetuating the lie of a spherical Earth. They point to inconsistencies in NASA's images, supposed CGI glitches, and the lack of stars in space photographs as evidence of fakery. The iconic blue marble image, for example, often cited as definitive proof of a spherical Earth, is seen by flat earthers as a carefully constructed composite, pieced together from multiple images and digitally manipulated to create the illusion of a globe. They argue that the image is too perfect, too pristine to be real. This distrust of NASA extends to all space agencies and their claims of space travel. The moon landing, for example, is seen as a Hollywood production, staged to convince the world of America's technological superiority and solidify the spherical Earth narrative. The existence of satellites presents a challenge to the flat Earth model. If the Earth is flat and covered by a dome, as some proponents believe, then how do satellites orbit and transmit signals? Flat Earthers offer alternative explanations, suggesting that satellites are not actually orbiting in space but are instead suspended much lower, perhaps from balloons or high-altitude aircraft. These alternative explanations often rely on reinterpreting the nature of gravity and the electromagnetic spectrum. Some argue that gravity, as we understand it, does not exist, and that other forces like electromagnetism hold the Earth and its atmosphere in place. While these alternative explanations may seem far-fetched to those who accept the mainstream scientific view, they demonstrate the lengths to which flat earthers are willing to go to reconcile their beliefs with observable phenomena. The flat Earth theory, despite its lack of acceptance within the scientific community, continues to attract followers. This enduring appeal speaks to the power of belief and the human need for understanding. For many, the flat Earth theory provides a sense of certainty, a framework for interpreting the world that resonates with their personal experiences and observations. The internet has played a significant role in the resurgence of the flat Earth theory, providing a platform for sharing information, connecting with like-minded individuals, and challenging mainstream narratives. Online forums, social media groups, and video-sharing platforms have become virtual meeting places for flat earthers to discuss their beliefs, share evidence, and debate skeptics. The flat Earth theory, regardless of its scientific validity, highlights the importance of critical thinking, questioning assumptions, and seeking truth. It serves as a reminder that even the most widely accepted beliefs deserve scrutiny, and that the pursuit of knowledge should always be an open-ended journey. The flat Earth theory stands as a testament to the enduring power of belief in the face of overwhelming scientific consensus. While mainstream science dismisses it as pseudoscience, a collection of disproven ideas and conspiracy theories, it continues to resonate with a growing number of individuals who find compelling evidence in their own observations and interpretations of the world. The reasons for this enduring belief are complex and varied. For some, it's a distrust of authority, a rejection of the official narrative put forth by governments and scientific institutions. For others, it's a deeply held conviction based on their own sensory experiences and interpretations of the natural world. Regardless of one's stance on the flat Earth theory, it serves as a powerful reminder that the human mind is capable of constructing elaborate and often contradictory belief systems. It highlights the importance of critical thinking, open dialogue, and the constant pursuit of knowledge in a world where information, misinformation, and disinformation coexist and often blur.